everyone. Welcome to your standing yoga practice today. I'm Michelle. I'm here to be your guide. Everything I'm saying today is just going to be an option. It's not an order. So if you feel like you need to do something a little bit different, totally feel free to do that. Always honor and respect your own body and your own boundaries. Everybody is going to be different here. So just knowing that difference between just being a little uncomfortable and something that is painful. If it's pins and needles vibes, then we need to back off. We've gone too far. If it's just a little bit uncomfortable, then we can use our breath to kind of sit with it, sit through it just a little bit longer. So today's practice is going to be mostly standing today. So any props I would suggest are the only props today that we might need are possibly 2 blocks. If you don't have any blocks, you could also use a big water bottle or some books stacked up or some books stacked up. If you have maybe a cat scratching post or something that you can assist with as well. But no props are totally fine as well. So today we're going to be going through a little standing sequence. We're going to start in our Utkatasana here, mountain pose. Bringing our feet a comfortable distance apart. Some may like them glued together. Some may like them a little wider than hips. But mostly it's going to be right here underneath of our hips. And you think maybe this pose is just simple standing still, standing upright. But there's a lot more to it. We'll get into that in just a bit. But let's settle in with breath just for now. Bring our palms to face upwards, right by our hips. On the inhale breath, take a deep breath and scan those palms up over the body, up over the chest, all the way to the crown of the head where they flip. Hold that inhale breath for just a moment. On the exhale, slowly out through the nose, letting the palms scan down over the body. Inhale, scanning the fingers up, flipping the palms, breathing into the crown of the head, taking a pause at the very top. Exhale through the nose, all the way out till the hands reach the bottom. Let's go 2 more like that. The whole time you're breathing in, we're scanning the hands up until we get to the top of the breath. Little pause. Flip the palms, exhale, slowly lower all the way down. Release the breath, release the body, shake out the arms, shake out the legs a little bit. Then we're going to come into our mountain pose here. Spread the toes really wide right now. I'm saying lift those toes up, spread them, and try to place them down one by one, spreading them far apart, finding a big foundation through the feet. From here, we're drawing this earth energy up towards our hips. So gripping through the feet there, feeling the ankles start to engage, feeling our shins and our calves lifted, kneecaps start to lift, thighs start to flex, toning those thighs up, drawing that energy up towards the hips. Once we reach the hips, we can bring our hands there and then just find a little bit of rock with the hips, kind of left to right and front to back. So just kind of finding this little circular motion with the hips around the ankles, so you can tell the difference when we're on one side, when we're leaning a little too forward, leaning too back, and then find that sweet spot right in the middle. Hips stacking right over your ankles. So you can feel into your body if you need to tuck the pelvis a little bit more or let it be a little bit neutral there. Again, grounding through the feet, lifting that energy upwards. Now toning up that belly, almost like we're bracing for an impact here. Hugging those ribs in, engaging the abdominal muscles. Keep that lift going all the way through the upper body. Kind of see if we can bring the rib cage a little farther away from the hips as we extend the side body. Arms reaching down. Our chin is going to be pretty much parallel to the ground. Maybe even a slight tuck under so the back of the neck can get really long. Keep reaching the crown of the head upwards. Keep stretching the fingers downwards. Finding these opposing forces. Inhale, we're keep trying to lift the crown of the head to the ceiling. Exhale, we're actively reaching those fingers down, pulling the shoulders away from the ear. Full breath in through the nose and full breath out through the nose. Maybe inviting a little sound, a little ujjayi breath to keep that focus. Ujjayi, our victorious breath, almost sounding like the ocean waves here when we constrict the throat, sealing the lips, almost like a snore as we breathe in. Same with the exhale, almost like fogging up a glass. Utkatasana, mountain pose. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead, palms touch. Head's gonna fall all the way back, looking up at those fingers. And exhale, hands to heart center. Samastitihi here, equal standing pose. So equally pressing the palms together, equally gripping through the feet, equally rooting down through the toes as we're lifting up through the crown. Let's take an equal length inhale for a count of 4. Equal length exhale for a count of 4. 2 more like that. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Inhale, 2, 3, 4. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. And from here, we're going to interlace our hands, finding a steeple grip, keeping our pointer and thumb straight, but the rest of the fingers can intertwine. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead, really reaching through the side body. Allow the shoulders to come up to the ears at first. Take a deep breath in, and then exhale, keep the arms straight. Relax the shoulders down away from the ears. Keep reaching through the fingers. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're taking a bend to the left side. Hips pressed to the right, arching up and over. Keep our chest facing forward. Keep rooting down through those feet. Deep breath in and out. Bend a little farther. Inhale back through center and exhale, hands come back. Samastitihi, palms touch, release the fingers. Take a deep breath in, reach up. On the exhale, we're going to rotate the torso over to the right side. Try to keep that right hip pressing forward, just the upper body moving. Back through center. Find the steeple grip once more. Inhale, stretch arms overhead. Let the shoulders scrunch up for a second. And then exhale, relax them away from the ears. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're taking that bend to the other side. Rooting down through our left foot. Pressing hips to the left. Arching up and over like a rainbow to the right. Keeping that left shoulder pulled back. One more inhale, exhale, take a little bend deeper. Inhale back through center and exhale, equal standing pose, Samastiti. Take a deep breath in, reach the crown up. On the exhale, chin to the chest. Keep pressing the palms together, just letting the chin hang heavy to the chest. Releasing the stress in the back of the neck. One more inhale and exhale. Back through center, lifting the head, taking our torso twist over to the left side now. Deep breath in. On the exhale, rotating your torso to the left. Keep pressing that left hip forward. So our hip points are both facing forward, just the chest is moving. Back through to center here and release the hands down. Coming into Uttanasana, forward fold next. We'll inhale, stretch the arms all the way up overhead, and exhale, hinge at the hips as we fold down. A little bend to the knees is okay. Chin to the chest, rounding through the spine here. We can keep our hands down on our legs or even find a block to rest the hands on. Let the upper body get really heavy here. Releasing the neck and the shoulders. If it feels okay, you can shimmy out your arms or shake out your head. And then coming into stillness here, trying to straighten out the leg. A little micro bend is okay, but we're trying to get those legs to be straight. Hips really high to the sky here. Shifting the weight forward into our toes just a little bit. On our next breath in, we're finding a halfway lift. Ardha Uttanasana. Hands can either stay on the floor, stretching our back long. Maybe they want to come to our shins or even our thighs. Here, the objective is to keep the back nice and flat. Remember, your neck is connected to your spine here. So, long line from the tailbone out to the crown of the head. We can always even find a block here, maybe 2 blocks. Finding that flat tabletop like back, breath in, and exhale, fold all the way over the legs again. Root through the feet, rise with the arms, with the chest, all the way up. Gaze follows the fingers, head falls back. Palms touch, deep breath in. Exhale, hands to heart center. Take a moment here, close down the eyes. Find that equal length inhale, that equal length exhale. Equal pressure into the palms, equal weight into both of the feet. Equal grounding into the earth. Equal energy rising up through the head. Connecting down to the earth, connecting up to the heavens. And here we are in the center with our beautiful breath and our heartbeat. Closing the eyes down, creating a little intention for yourself in this moment. Maybe that theme of equalization. Equal rest, equal work. Equally loving ourselves as much as we're loving others. All right, hands to the hips now. We're going to step our right foot back, just a foot or 2. Not both of the toes. We have 10 toes. So all toes facing the top of our mat here. Hands on our hips. Again, trying to find that Utkatasana upper body. Reach through the crown of our head. Grounding through the feet. Keeping our feet at that hip distance apart here. We are not on a tightrope, so do not bring our feet in line because then it's really hard to balance. So finding that stability by keeping our feet at least hip distance apart. Thinking our lines here on railroad tracks. Right foot on the right side of the track, left foot on the left side of the track. Inhale, stretching the arms all the way up. Exhale, hinging a little bit. The objective here to keep the back nice and flat. Maybe we're only hinging 10 degrees. Maybe after a couple breaths, we can keep going lower. Try to keep both legs straight. A little micro bend in the front knee is okay. Pull that left hip back into the socket. Trying to get our hips to be even back here. One more inhale. Stay for the exhale. Maybe bend a little more. Inhale, rise all the way up. Hands to our hips. Right foot is going to step to meet the left one. Keep the right heel lifted though. So the right toes are into the ground. Reach up through the crown. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, we're going to rotate that right knee open to the side. So opening our knee out to the side, opening the right hip. And exhale, we close it in. Inhale, it opens. And exhale, it closes. One more, opening that knee to the side and pausing there. We're going to bring the inner arch right into that left ankle. We can keep the toes down on the ground for our mini tree pose, vrksasana. We'll keep our chest lifted, keep reaching through the crown, keep driving through those left big toe. We can keep the foot on the ground this whole time, and we'll slowly start to expand our branches here. Maybe you want to grow your tree branches upwards. Maybe one is going downwards. Finding any movements here through the arms that feel good, that feel balanced here. Keep that core engaged. Tuck in the pelvis. Squeeze the left glute. Keep reaching through the crown. Deep breath in. And exhale, return the hands to the hip. Return that knee back through center and drop the heel down. Half sun salute to wash it out. Inhale, we'll stretch our arms up overhead, Ardha. Exhale, it's Uttanasana, forward fold all the way down over those legs. Halfway lift here, hands to shins, thighs, blocks are ground, neck is nice and long, shoulders away from ears. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands come together down to the heart center. Samastitihi. One more like that. Breath to motion. Inhale, arms reach up overhead. Gaze follows. Exhale, forward fold. Uttanasana. Forward fold. Inhale, it's halfway lift. Nice flat back. Coming up however high we need to get that back nice and flat. Exhale, forward fold all the way down again. Root through the feet, rise nice and tall. Gaze follows the hands as they come all the way up overhead. And Samastitihi, back through center. Equal stand and pose. That was our half sun salutation. Our Ardha, surya namaskar. Bring the hands to the hips and take a big step back with the left foot this time. All the way. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Palms facing each other, active through the arms, biceps by the ears. Toes facing forward. We're really grounding down through those feet. Equal weight into the front foot, equal weight into the back foot. The theme of the day is equalness. Equalness, equality, equilibrium, all those things. Inhale, reaching the arms up overhead. Exhale, take that hinge a little or a lot. So wherever we find ourselves, plugging that right hip back into the crease. Both hips are parallel towards the ground. Take a deep breath in and out. One more cycle, stretch through the fingers. Next breath in, we can rise all the way up. Hands to the hips, back foot steps to meet the front foot. Keep the left heel lifted this time. And pressing the left toes into the ground, reaching up through the crown. Taking those open and closed hips. So left knee is going to open. You can even take your hand and guide the thigh open. Exhale, it comes back through center. Inhale, it's the open hip. And exhale, it's the closed hip. One more like that, opening the hip. And pause there. Glue the inner arch into that right ankle. You can keep the toe on the ground. We're pressing through the right foot, lifting, engaging that right thigh, squeezing the right glute. Keep that energy traveling upwards out the crown of your head, bringing your hands to wherever feels good, heart center, hips, or those tree branches. Vrksasana, tree pose. Take 2 full breaths here, feeling the strength, feeling this power, feeling that equal pull up and equal pull down. And then release the hands, bring the knee back forward, drop the heels. Inhale, we're going to come up to our tippy toes. So reaching the arms overhead, start to lift the heels. Squeeze the glutes, engage the core, reach through the crown, reach through the fingers. Deep breath in. On the exhale, slowly lower the hands, slowly lower the heels. And mountain pose again. Stretch those fingers downwards, reach the crown upwards. Equally spreading out the toes, equally distributing that weight. And close the eyes down for one more breath here, in and out. And then we'll bring our hands to our hips. Step wide on our mat. Getting a really long stance here. So I like to imagine rock stars with their power stance when they're playing their guitars. So where you feel comfortable, where you feel really stable here, that's how far apart your legs are going to be. So everybody is different. Maybe it's here, here, or maybe you're going here. That's where you feel the most stable. So be real with yourself. Maybe you're really flexible, but is that really stable? So just really getting to find that comfortable space. Our toes are face forward, our heels are face back. So our feet are in this vertical position. Bring our hands to our hips here. Reach tall through the crown. Deep breath in here. We're coming into a forward fold. Prasarita, padottanasana. Inhale, lift the chest, lift the head. Exhale, hinge about halfway and pause. Again, finding that long line through the spine. The knees can have a little bend. Inhale there, and then exhale, continue to fold all the way down. Again, maybe we've got our friends, the blocks here, or something, a stool, anything to rest our hands on if they're not meeting the ground. Chin is tucked towards our chest, and the top of the head reaches all the way down. If our hands are on the block, that's cool, baby. Our hands are on the ground. We want to start to crawl them back parallel to the feet. Chin is tucked in. Top of the head reaches the ground. We're going to shift the weight a little into the toes here so we can just get this alignment of the hips stacking right in the same line as them. Maybe the head touches down, that's cool. Maybe it doesn't and we're still up on a block here. Also cool, we can still shift the weight a little forward into the toes. Trust the strength of the legs here. One more breath. Hands to the hips as we find that halfway lift again. A little bend in the knees is okay. And exhale, stand all the way up. And from here, we're going to interlace the hands behind ourselves. Squeeze the knuckles down towards the ground. Squeeze the shoulders together, puff up through the chest. Maybe the head falls all the way back. Big breath in. On the exhale, again, forward folding. Stopping about halfway. Drive the knuckles behind you. Reach the crown of the head in front of you. Inhale here. And then exhale, continue to fold. Bring the knuckles up to the ceiling. Chin to the chest. Maybe those knuckles want to go even all the way overhead. Again, shifting the weight forward into those toes, letting the hips reach higher points. Big breath in and out. Releasing the bind, hands come to the low hip, to the hips. Inhale, it's the halfway. And exhale, stand up all the way. Heel toe those feet together nice and slowly, or just take one big hop and bring the feet together. Half sun salutation, Ardha surya namaskar. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead, and exhale, forward fold it down. Halfway lift is our breath in, and forward fold is our breath out. Root to rise, stand nice and tall, big breath in, gaze to follow those fingers, and exhale, hands to heart center. We'll bring our hands to our hips. Again, step back with the right foot, finding that pyramid pose. Inhale, stretch the arms up overhead. On the exhale, bring the right hand down by the right hip. Keep those fingers active. Think Utkatasana here. Spreading the fingers, reaching them wide. Keep the wrist right by that right hip. Inhale, reach the left fingertips. Exhale, find that fold again. Keep stretching those hands, finding this opposite pull. Again, this equal pull, backwards and forwards through the fingertips. Maybe coming parallel to the ground, or maybe staying to where you feel comfortable. Take a deep breath in and out. Inhale, we're switching out the arms as we rise. So the right arm is up. We're looking at the right finger. Left hand is reaching down. Maybe that left hand even wants to grab the back of the right thigh. Inhale here and exhale, find the fold, switching out the arms. Keep active through the fingers. Inhale, lift the chest. Look at the fingers. Maybe that hand reaches back. Exhale, find the fold. One more time, switching out the hands, sitting up nice and tall. And then finding that halfway. Swing the right arm to meet the left arm. Inhale and exhale, fold over that leg. Maybe your hands come to just the shins. Maybe our hands find some blocks here. Wherever we're at, we're pulling that left hip back into its place. Deep breath in, find a halfway lift, grow the spine nice and long. Deep breath out, fold all the way down. Tuck in the chin, we're going to look at our kneecap. Gazing at that beautiful kneecap here. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, use your core. Empty out all the air and your chest pulls closer to the knee. Maybe send your knee a kiss. Or actually give it a kiss if you're close. Hands to the hips, halfway inhale. Exhale, stand all the way up. Right foot is stepping in towards the center here. Keeping the the right heel high. Again, we're going to open up the right knee as much as we can. Bring the heel, the ankle, the bottom of the foot into the ankle. And we can stay just here in our baby tree again. If we're going into full tree, we might be ready for it. We're going to ground down to the left heel. Squeeze the left glute. Find that balance, that energy upwards. Hands to our hips. Drishti is very important here, that staring point. Find something in the room that's not moving. Stare, stare, stare. Stare so much, don't even blink your eyes. Stay here, hug in the belly, reach through the crown. Maybe, just maybe, the tippy top of the toe comes down. Or maybe it just comes up to near the calf. Keep that knee opening outwards, finding that external rotation of the hips. And then maybe it travels up a little more. Maybe it doesn't. Find what feels good for you. Avoid going down there and yanking that foot up if we can. If anything, we're using just our hip flexors to lift that knee and then place the foot higher on the leg. Good. Find what feels good here in the hands. Maybe your tree has some fruit. Maybe it has flowers. And find stable, little squeeze of the shoulders, keep reaching through the crown. Maybe it's a little windy today and your tree is flowing side to side. And if tree pose is easy for you, maybe adding a couple bends different ways. One more inhale, stillness, and exhale, lower the foot all the way. Wash it out, half sun salutation. Inhale, arms reach up, gaze up. Exhale, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift is our breath in, and forward fold is our breath out. Root to rise, stand nice and tall. Gaze follows the hands. Exhale, hands to heart center, Samastiti. Closing the eyes down, releasing the shoulders. Maybe take a couple shoulder circles. So we found ourselves back at center. Full breath in, full breath out, release the hands. Hands to the hips, left foot steps back this time. Finding that pyramid on the other side. Parsvottanasana here, pyramid pose. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. Left hand by the hip. Keep stretching the right fingers up, left fingers down. Take a deep breath in. On the exhale, find that hinge. A little or a lot. Take 2 more breaths, pulling that right hip back into its place. Oh, my bad. Rewind. Arms up overhead. Tall pyramid pose here. Parsvottanasana. Keep stretching the arms up overhead. On the exhale, the right hand comes to the right hip area. Stretch through the left fingertips. Inhale. And then exhale, find a hinge. A little or a lot. Take a few rounds of breath here. Inhale, finding length. Exhale, finding depth. Right hip pushes back into the socket. One more inhale and exhale. Inhale, switch out the arms, rise all the way up. And exhale, switch it out. Inhale, reaching up. Then exhale, pulling it back. Last one, inhale, reach up. Exhale, reaching back. Both arms reach forward, inhale, and exhale, forward fold all the way over the legs. Tuck the chin round through the spine. Find your blocks, find your halfway lift. Take a deep breath in, and exhale, fold all the way down. One more breath like this. Again, use your core when it empties out all the air, pulling your chest closer to that standing leg, to that straight leg in the front. Looking at the kneecap, again, giving that one some love, a little kiss, or blowing it a kiss. Hands to the hips, halfway lift. And exhale, stand up all of the way. Left foot comes in to meet the right. Left heel is lifted. Deep breath in. On the exhale, opening that knee out to the side. Sliding the sole of the foot into the ankle. It's finding that vrksasana, that tree pose on the other side. Grounding through the right foot again. Find that lift of the kneecap, lift of the thigh. Pelvis is slightly tucked forward. Right glute is involved. Core is on. Crown is reaching. Deep breath here, in and out, and then making your way up the leg or not at all. Finding what feels comfortable for you, moving slowly, locking in that drishti. Avoid going like that, cranking up your knee, just coming to whatever feels comfortable here. Opening up the hip, growing your tree branches, whatever that looks like to you. Maybe it's a windy day and again, and your tree is trembling or blowing, or maybe it's a slight spring breeze, and we're swaying a little side to side. Or you're staying locked in center and you're concentrating here on that equal pressure of the foot into the leg, the equal pressure of the leg into the foot here. So equal again here, equal pressure pressing into the leg with the foot, equal pressure, the leg pressing back into the foot. One more breath here in our tree pose. And exhale, relax it all the way down. Wash it out with a half sun salutation. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold all the way down. Halfway lift is our breath in. Forward fold is our breath out. Root to rise, stand nice and tall. Circle sweep the arms, look up, palms touch. And exhale, hands down to heart center. Let's go 2 more of those half sun salutations, our Ardha, surya, namaskar. Inhale, reach the arms up overhead. And exhale, forward fold down. Halfway lift is our breath in. And fold is our breath out. Root to rise, stand tall. Inhale. And exhale. Samastitihi, hands to heart center. One more with your breath. One breath, one motion. Hands to heart center. From here, tucking the chin in, taking a little bow of the head. Using our Ujjayi breath here, 2 more rounds of breath. And releasing the hands down. We're going to finish up with one last pose here. Utkatasana, chair pose. So we're going to bring our feet, again, it's up to you if you want to glue those feet together. If they are really close together, big toes touching, slight separation of the heels. Or for me, I love to keep my feet just about hip distance here. For you, you might want a little bit of wider stance, just honoring what feels good in your own body. Find that pose here. On the inhale breath, we're going to sweep our arms up overhead and start to bend into the knees, just like you were sitting back into a chair. Weight is in our heels here, so we can go ahead and lift those toes up off the ground and plant them down. Sink in a little bit lower here. Check out the knees, making sure they're not too far over the toes, too behind, or to either side here. Should be lined up pretty much with that middle big toe, that middle toe. Hands can keep reaching overhead, or if it's more comfortable, bring them to heart center. We're going to tuck the pelvis just slightly here, so we're underneath. And we're going to lift the chest a little bit more. So a little arch in the upper back here. One more breath, inhale, stretch. One more exhale, see if we can go a little lower. That inhale breath, stand, rise all the way up. And exhale, hands to heart center. Good, we'll go one more time like that. Bringing our hands down by the side, finding our feet placement. Deep breath in and out. Inhale, arms reach up, hips sink back. Good, keep our chest lifted here. A surefire way to make sure our chest is lifted here. We might really find our butt sticking out a lot, so that's where we want to engage that little tuck of the pelvis so our chest can lift up and our gaze is up. While we're here, let's take one more breath and lift up the corners of our mouth. And one more exhale, sink a little lower. Inhale, stand, rise, tall, strong. Hands to heart center. And release them down to our sides, mountain pose here. So we'll bring our right hand to stay on the right side of the leg. Left arm is reaching up. Take a deep breath and stretch through the left fingertips. On the exhale, take that side bend. Hands pressing into the thigh, giving you a little support. Keep that top shoulder rolled back. One more inhale, stretch the fingers. One more exhale, bend a little bit more. Inhale back through center, both hands up overhead, palms touch, head falls back. Big inhale. And exhale, return through center. The left hand drops by the left thigh. Reach right fingertips to the sky. Deep breath in. And exhale, taking that bend to the side. Actively pressing the hand or the palm into that leg. Rolling the top shoulder back so our shoulders, our collar points squared forward. Inhale for length. Exhale, bend just a little more. Back through center, both arms up overhead. Palms touch, look up at them. Exhale, hands through heart, chin to chest. Taking a last breath here, in and out. And we'll close our practice today in honor of ourselves, in honor of this practice. From my heart to yours, namaste. Thanks so much for tuning in to this standing postures class. I am Michelle and I love to practice with you guys. Please stay tuned for more videos, like, and comment, and be sure to subscribe. Have a wonderful rest of your day. Meow.